Okay. I may have gone a little overboard with the grass. Um, don't worry, I have a plan. There's a trend going on right now that I am a big fan of with the creators that I follow, and what they do is they have their main structure, and then the background, like the surrounding terrain and area, they fill it in with different types of plants, and most of the time it's like completely full of grass like this, and little patches of little flowers or other colors. Most of the time they do a lot better at trying to find the perfect color, but I'm not very good at that yet. But they're really good at filling in the surrounding terrain around this build to make it feel more not just placed in, I guess. So that's what we're going to do today. That's the plan. We're going to try to make this area feel like it's alive, make it feel like there's a world around this build, right? Because right now it just kind of plopped into the center of this mountain. And even with the grass, it kind of makes it feel like it's filled in a little bit. I still got a lot to do. But if we look at the area, it feels like it's kind of grown in. And we're going to build a pathway around here. So eventually we're going to have more houses around here, right? But I think we're going to make a pathway that comes up through here and wraps around this way into this little area. And it'll go around the house, and there's going to be a pathway down the mountain and then to the back of the house, and then probably another pathway around this side. And the biggest thing is that we're going to actually add like a forest around here, just massive trees, and make it feel like it's filled in. Kind of make it feel like this is just a house in the middle of the woods and the backyard is a wooded area, right? So that's the plan for today. There's a lot of work to do. So the pathway that we're going to be making here is mainly going to be packed mud and mushroom block, which is a path that I found a lot of people are using right now, and I think it looks really good. So over here we have a little mud making device, which is just, I can't remember exactly whose redstone video it is, but pretty simple. All you do is it shoots out a little piece of dirt, you place it down and you break it. It might even be ill mangoes. I can't remember exactly, but it's a pretty common one. So if you look up a mud farm, this is what will most likely pop up. And then we got a quick little a wheat farming station here so we can make packed mud. I don't have a lot. We got a lot of bone meal, and this is about all of the packed mud we have. And if you can tell, like this is brown mushroom block. These two are so close in color and different texture that they work really well together in a path block. So we're going to be working on kind of the terrain around here. We got some stuff for the trees. And the trees are going to be red pine trees, so they're going to have like a reddish hue to them. Because if some of you may have read some of the community notes that I put out, I was in the middle of moving over the last couple weeks to a month, and in my move, I actually drove past this mountain range where the trees were just red pines, so it was like a reddish tinted pine tree. The bark was red, and the leaves were like a dark blue or darkish greenish blue color, and I loved them. So I'm trying to recreate that here, just because I loved it so much. So that's gonna be the trees here, and in order to collect all this brown mushroom, I actually made another farm down here, which was the basement that we found in the last episode. But it works really well because it's like this open area that just opens up into this. Like this is where I think all of my redstone's gonna be, because look at how big this cave is. So right down here we have the mushroom farm, which was featured in I think Rian's episode most recently, but it was made by oh no, I can't remember his name. I'm gonna put the link to the video in the description, but I can't remember who created it. But it's a really cool thing. So how it works is, oh no, do I have any mushroom? You get a mushroom block, you throw it in your offhand. You sit in the minecart, turn it on, so it'll be dispensing bone meal, and you get your pickaxe or your axe out, and you right click, and you hold it. Oh no, that wasn't supposed to happen. And I really messed that up. Oh no, it might still work though. Nice, we got it all, and then we'll just come back here, and we're supposed to have this in our offhand. And we try again. Maybe this time it'll work. Yeah, there we go. That was a lot better. So you'll go back and forth. You'll break out the mushroom. It'll fall into the hoppers above, and then you'll come back down here and place another one. So it's a pretty cool little design. It works really well, actually. So I have a ton of brown mushroom and mushroom stem, which is really a difficult thing to farm for normally, but this farm really kind of speeds that up. We got everything we need kind of ready to go to get all of this building done. But before that, while I was kind of in the middle of moving, there was a couple of events that happened on the server. One of them was a massive cactus plague. I don't know if you remember in the first episode, but there was cactus around everybody's base, and eventually it actually hit mine, but I didn't have any footage of it. So there was cactus all around my base. There was cactus around Pokey's base. There was cactus around every single person's base. Overnight, there popped up a little quest cactus around the main spawn, and a couple different clues were placed in the cactus, and were made as a team, as a server, to go around and try to solve these clues so that we could fix this cactus plague that was going on. So I was around for a little bit of those clue finding adventures, and then some of the events that later occurred. So while I collect a little bit more material and kind of get a plan for how I want this pathway to go, I'll let you guys experience what we all experienced on the server for the last couple months.
Okay, so let's give you a rundown of what Pokey's already done. So excuse me, sir. The first clue, the first clue was only one place among the hills. Welcome the might of the cactus. Go to where there have been many kills from the crusader who seeks practice. Same company, different game. Under the ground, your clue will be found. And Pokey understood this probably pretty quickly. So I have an arena at my base, and somewhere in the arena is a Master Chief head that Pokey had worn one time. So same company, different game as Microsoft, but Halo. And underneath the Master Chief helmet was the next clue.
Oh.
And then that clue was only one other sentient vegetation on the server. Check where he keeps his stories and records and find the planted text. Planted was very important verbiage because it was in a pot in his library, in Tree's library. And now, here is your next clue. You must investigate the time that my first crusader caused true chaos and inflation on the server and didn't win. Search the remains of this conflict and look inside what is left of the innocent face of an effort doomed from the start. Doomed from the start.
Okay, so Crusader. So did you have like a economic competitor? Trying to think. Rockets?
What was
rockets?
what was one time I was pursuing diamonds?
The
But I lost.
Wheat Wars. Okay, what's the rest of the clue say?
I didn't grab it. It's up to you
Oh.
guys.
The first time that my crusader
Okay.
caused true chaos and inflation on the server and didn't win. Search the remains of this conflict and look inside what is left, the innocent face of an effort doomed from the start. So we get to tear apart somebody's face. The chicken.
I'm not gonna give you guys hints until like you really start giving up.
So that means we're
We
not
check
close at
all
all.
these
One of you was very close already,
What?
like within 10 blocks. One of you. I won't specify which.
It's in the chicken. There we go.
Ah.
There you go. The innocent face of an effort doomed from the start.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay, you've made it quite far. No more. This tomfoolery will end now. You must search a place where cactus lives in peace, at least until you came along. If you cannot let the cactus live naturally, neither shall you. Find where people and cactus live alongside each other, just near where you have stripped the lands bare of its crust.
Okay.
And your next clue shall be found as well. It's the mining desert.
The desert, yeah.
Probably the mining village, because it says where human people and cactus live together.
Oh, yeah, you guys are at the wrong mining desert. You're going to the wrong mining
What do you mean
desert.
wrong mining desert?
There's another mining desert. There's one that's much closer.
I think that's the one I'm at.
Yeah, are you at the one at like Z4000-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I went to.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I always go to.
Well, we have a different mining desert that we've
We
got.
got two mining deserts apparently.
I see something that I never see. I've never seen something like this. Bread.
I think the Discord was trying to cut some of it out, so it was also cutting out your voice.
Oh, was it?
'cause it's
Oh,
coming- yeah.
It's not... it's
Oh,
not
no.
working as well.
Knight,
Very
what are you
interesting.
doing? I'm not coming to
He thinks
save
if he
you.
can- He's all
You got to
purpose.
save yourself. In fact, I'll shoot you. I was about to say.
Oh no.
The code must be submitted engraved on what my crusader values most, but does not have the most of in no small form. Now your clue. Cactus is very special. It can hold much water for a long time, but cannot survive long where water covers the land. Find the creation that would allow it to survive these conditions. A creation that in reality is not recently trusted. What?
What?
So something that lets you survive lots of water, but
Air.
in current
in
events
recent
people
events,
don't
It's
like.
not a submarine.
I don't know.
Rabbit space?
I don't
Rabbit
know.
space?
I don't know. Let's go find out.
Submarine. Oh, he does. He has a submarine like hanging off the side of this.
Where are you? How did you?
You have to go up the.
I found it.
Oh, so
Final
fast.
clue. Final clue should be quite simple. Search one of the abandoned shops untouched for months, but not just any shop, one adjacent to my greatest enemy, my only predator, one who cannot face me now as I grow so tall. In the shop, you'll find your code.
Oh, what does that mean?
Well, there's many abandoned shops. Lucid's wood shop. I mean, that's like got like a condemned.
Didn't it say by the Cactus King? I can't remember.
Not by the
Uh,
Cactus King.
One
Okay.
adjacent to my greatest enemy,
Oh,
only predator, the one who cannot face me now.
Do you guys need a hint?
no.
There's only so many shops in the shopping district.
Yeah.
It's not in the
I
shopping
don't think
district.
we need a hint.
Oh,
Oh, it's
Oh.
not in the shopping.
okay. We definitely,
Oh.
I think
probably.
we do need
Read it again. Read it again.
Search one of the abandoned shops, untouched for months, but not just any shop, one adjacent to my greatest enemy, my only predator, one who cannot face me
My
now
only
as I grow
predator.
so tall. In this shop, you'll find your code. Oh, does someone have a shop near their base?
Not near my base.
No.
Adjacent.
It's not referring.
to-
I is not me.
It's the cactus.
Is it
So it's the enemy of the
against-
cactus.
What is against the cactus? Like lava farm? Lava? I don't know.
Think in Minecraft specifically. What is Cactus's predator in Minecraft?
Well, fences or
Camel?
blocks adjacent to it.
Camels?
Camel.
Yeah, what eats
Sassy.
camels?
Oh,
No, what doesn't eat camels? What camels
Sassy
eat?
Zoo.
Sassy
Camels
Zoo
eat
is
cactus.
not
Cactus eat camels.
cactus eat camels. Dang.
Zoo.
Oh shoot. I heard a.
I think it's this way. Oh yeah, it's this way. The gift shop, maybe?
One of the camels escaped.
One of the camels escaped. Oh no.
Zoo gift shop.
Well, at least
Fireworks.
no one's around here.
That's not a
You
door.
guys are so close to it. You're so close to it.
There you
You're so close to it. Oh
Is it
my
upstairs?
gosh.
I was-
You guys have walked past it so many times.
Aha!
It's just a password.
I wonder what it
You
could
got
be.
Do you put the password in the dropper?
Oh no.
Not in that form.
Not in
Honestly, I
that
just
one.
feel like Pizza's gonna get everyone in here one last time and then flick a lever and the whole floor falls and then everyone dies.
No, what would make
The
you think that?
Cactus King. That's his master plan.
No, trust me. There's a lot more than you just dying.
Oh, so the floor is gonna fall?
I never said that. Here we go.
Whee!
Welcome to the Cactus Chambers.
The cactus
it-
Bing.
Yeah, so everyone take off your armor, put it in the ender chest, set your spawn at the bed. I present to you the first challenge of the trial chambers. Okay. The Cactus Chambers. The Cactus King welcomes you to his challenge involving 3 elements of personality: perseverance, intelligence, and strength.
Uh-oh.
Welcome.
Sick.
I don't think we have any of that.
Is
Welcome.
This the perseverance.
This is
Oh.
perseverance, folks.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
I set my spawn. But I still spawn.
Oh, I didn't even see that one.
No,
got it.
Pokey
I
made
got
it.
it.
I didn't think you could reach it in time.
I know what this is. I know what this is.
No.
I can't make that jump. I've missed it so many times.
I forgot to deactivate that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, let someone else go.
Yeah, let someone else go.
okay. Hold on.
You think?
You can't make that jump. You gotta go into ladders. Trust me. I tried. This has been thoroughly tested, folks.
Oh,
Oh, that's
You
so
can't
close.
make that jump tree. How many times do I
That
have
was
to
so
tell you?
close, though. That's doable.
No, it's not.
It's totally doable.
Oh.
Perseverance, right?
Are we all trying that?
It's totally doable.
It's not doable. Oh. All right. Now your next challenge is one of intelligence.
Oh. We have to
You
move
have
the
to
three
move
sand.
Puzzle block.
One of the sand blocks into
down there.
the golden thing over there.
We're doing it.
Gets it stuck somehow.
This is
This is part of the intelligence.
Yeah, I made this as idiot-proof as possible. So basically, anywhere you put it, you can
Oh,
get it
thank
back.
God Knightley was doing his other. other block.
Yeah, well, I started, and then he, finished it. Teamwork. Okay,
Teamwork is the dream.
As idiot-proof as possible, huh? Uh-oh.
It's supposed to be idiot-proof. Not sure that it is. Just unflick all of the levers. There you go. There you go.
that.
Yeah. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it.
We've got 4 brain cells between us.
Yeah, you're so close.
Oh man.
Yay! Congratulations.
That was actually
Fantastic.
really interesting.
And
I
now
like that.
I'd like to reveal to you the final room.
Holy crap, that
Beds.
lag spiked me.
Bed, sword.
Oh, I'm gonna press the
Armor?
button.
Yeah, please go ahead and
It's all
press the
blinding,
button.
isn't it?
Get yourself all geared up.
Wait, I need food. What?
You don't need food. You're gonna die several
Is it-
times.
well-
Don't pick the
Well, I'm at-
glowberries.
I'm at
It's the
4.5
lighting in
hearts.
the area.
I can't put it back. I'm
Put it
sorry.
back.
I tried.
It's just like an iron golem or something.
Oh, of course.
Go ahead, closer towards the middle. You want to be in. You want to be in the thick of things.
I'm scared.
We're gonna sumo wrestle the Cactus King. Is there something?
Take
Of
this.
course.
Oh shoot!
Ow!
There really no way
There's
up.
ladders.
Okay.
You all can't win this fight.
Get him in the magma. Get him in the magma. Get him in the magma.
Oh,
Oh, I did. I accidentally hit you, I think. So we had an easier time.
attack!
I thought he employed a blaze, but it's just a weaker one.
That's not quite as effective as I was hoping it would be.
No, it hit me once.
Okay, well, that's fine.
He was just using this time to heal
Take
up.
this. Die, fools.
That's even possible.
We are almost out of swords here.
There's plenty on the ground. Eh. No. For the Cactus King.
He even has a totem if he dies.
Ah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
you popped the totem. We popped the totem.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh.
Huh. No more messing around. Ow, what?
You just went for it.
Ah. Ah. No.
I've got nothing.
Yeah.
What?
Wait.
Take that. No.
Whoa!
Yay!
So for defeating the cactus,
oh,
we
you're
get some of
good
this
there.
good gear, right? That's sweet. Thank you. Like
No,
defeating a
it's
final
mine,
boss.
it's mine.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
great.
You really need this good gear, huh?
Where's the boots?
I got the boots.
King Cactus.
It's Kentucky, isn't it?
Is there an F in there?
The rest of the episode, we're kind of going to dedicate to detailing and doing the landscape around here. And actually, speaking of detailing, Pizza has been getting into armor stands, and he came over here and added this little pot, which I think is awesome. It's such a cool little detail, and I think he said he might open up a shop maybe this season, probably next season for sure. And if he does end up opening up one this season, I'll probably have to snag him and bring him over here to add a couple more of those little details because I think they fit really well. So I kind of have a pathway figured out, and I kind of want to walk you guys through the process of how I'm doing it. I am a big fan of the wide pathways recently. It's kind of been something that I think I need to add to my single player world. Some of my favorite creators use the wide pathways, and I think that their terrains look awesome. So I'm gonna try to do my best to kind of recreate it, I guess. So if we look here, we can see the packed mud and the mushroom blocks, the brown mushroom blocks together, and we'll throw in some other details. And this is a pretty, from what I can tell, a pretty common color palette. What I did here was just kind of lay out some of the packed mud, and I usually start off with this, and then I texture around it. So all of this was originally packed mud, and then I kind of went through and kind of looked at it from different angles to see exactly where some of these blocks should go. Like we have the brown concrete powder and the coarse dirt over here because it's like, and over here because I feel like it's kind of where mud would slope off, right? And then I actually don't have any of the blocks with me. Let me grab those real quick. So then I kind of come through and just kind of get a feel for it. Just kind of break the blocks in like a big chunk pattern. And the main difference blocks that I'm going to be using here is going to be the mushroom block, and then we're going to throw in different block add-ins. Like the granite looks really good with this. A lot of people use rooted dirt. I kind of like the granite look because if we were to go far away and take a look, it kind of, you can barely see it, but it adds like a little bit of different color to the area, versus the rooted dirt blends in really well, and I think that I'd rather have it kind of stand out a little better. So we'll throw a couple of those kind of things in. Mostly just going to be the packed mud and mushroom block. In fact, I think if you kind of make it a little bigger, it looks a little better. So we'll kind of just work through it together, and it really is random. Like I don't have a big idea in mind before this. I'm just throwing blocks in. If I like the way it looks, I kind of keep it that way. I think that it kind of looks like these are two pathways aligned, like here, here, and here. I want to break that up, so I might actually use like something like this and just put granite in there, maybe. Just break up the patterns that are here, right? Just kind of make it look a little more uneven, I guess. So we got this path, we go this way, and I think I want it to kind of follow here, but also curve back in like this. I'm hoping that me doing this kind of gives you guys an idea for my process, because there really isn't one. Honestly, I mostly wing it and then see if it looks good, and then if it looks good, I kind of add detail around it. There's just like not a whole lot of organization going on in my mind when I'm doing this. It's just kind of random. And here we are. This honestly turned out a lot better than I expected. I think the natural flow that we were looking at earlier of this terrain really helped guide me. I think I expected this to take a little bit longer than it actually did. So it's not complete, but it's complete enough to the point where I feel comfortable kind of moving on to the trees and the surrounding area. We can kind of walk through it. We already saw a little bit of this, right? So this part is the flattest part of the path, but I think because of the grass and I placed it up next to the hillside, it ended up actually looking pretty good, like pretty secure, pretty framed in, which I think really adds to it. And I see a lot of builders do this now, and I think it's the right move. But so if we keep walking along here, it kind of keeps flowing this way. We get a good view of the house if we're walking here. And then it kind of just ends over here. And I can't remember if I said it, but if you notice, I'm about a block down from the natural terrain side. And I think this kind of adds to it a lot. And a lot of the builders that I'm kind of gaining this inspiration from do this same thing. They do it a lot better than I do. And I will probably link a couple of their pages their Instagram pages and YouTube if they have it down below, which I think you guys should check out because it's a great way to learn. Another little detail that I kind of wanted to point out were these little mud patches, which I think I mentioned earlier, but I think that the way that I tried to use them was mainly to break up a lot of the color, the same color pattern that was being used here. So it kind of just adds a little bit more of a break into the pattern itself. I tried to add them in little areas where there was a cliffside, so it was like muds rushing off or like a steeper decline. And then because it's not packed in anymore, grass starts growing. And I see a lot of builders do this, and I think it adds like the perfect amount of detail. So scattered around is just like little mud patches with grass growing in, and I think it kind of works to break up the color and also just break up the pattern. Over here it was really tough to find a place to put it, so it's mainly just along this hillside. This side doesn't have much except for like right there. And yeah, like here and there, just kind of added in to break up some of the path. And adding the grass in also, I think, makes sense and also looks good because it's on the edges, so it's not as walked over, I guess. And so there's a couple more things I'll probably add later on, like around the edges, more details, more little, maybe little fence lines, especially along here or something like that. But I think that'll probably be added after we add the trees in because it'll be a little easier to see what spaces are a little too empty and need something to be added to it. And then over here, I also did raise the terrain. I'll probably add a little bit more of a detailed retaining wall along the side here, either with like just a brick wall or maybe add some rocks in or something. Because the way that the terrain was originally, just it didn't fit all that well. And then I'll continue it this way, but I think having it be a little bit higher up also adds to the terrain. But yeah, I think from up here, the flow of this is like it just worked out like almost perfectly. So on this side, I haven't quite decided on how this is going to go. I haven't decided if I want it to wrap around this way or if I want it to kind of go down this way. I think this would probably make the most sense because there's already like I can add a staircase here. I still might add maybe like a smaller bit to get around to this door. And then on this side, I haven't quite figured out exactly how I want this path to go. I'm hoping once I add the trees, it'll kind of flow a little bit better. I made a bunch of different sizes of trees. I think there's about 4 or 5 different size variants. My plan in mind is kind of to just build each of the sizes and kind of walk you through them after they're built because it'll probably be a little bit easier. We'll kind of go through and add, I think I have a couple more boulders and like little smaller bushes that I think to add, but we'll start building the trees around here. And then another thing I'm probably going to do is change up some of the terrain. Now that the grass is in, I don't necessarily need it to be this full. So we'll go through and kind of change out some of the natural terrain around the trees itself. There are actually 6 different tree sizes. Let's see. So these trees are a variety of red pine lodge poles. I'm not actually sure what the exact species of trees are, but the tree I found were red pine lodge poles. And what a lodge pole is actually where the leaves, the pine needles, are further off the ground. So for example, like this is kind of like, since it's a sapling, it's still growing, right? So the leaves are a little closer to the ground. And then as it grows, the leaves kind of grow up with it and they stay away from the base of the tree versus like a spruce that kind of looks like this, but even if they're huge, it still has leaves near the base of the tree. So that's what these kind of the lodgepole type of trees are. So these aren't trying to mimic the huge redwood trees that you find in, I think, California. These are a different type of redwood tree, red pine tree, that have kind of just like a reddish hue to them. So for example, these little baby trees start with like a orangey reddish bark type of look to it. And as it grows older, like here, we got like that reddish hue. And then this next size up from this one is this one. We still got that red hue to it. It's kind of starting to turn a little brown because it's getting older. And as it goes up, it has that red hue. And then I think this one's next. This one has a little bit of that as well. And then it's starting to turn more brown because it's an older tree. And then the oldest tree is mostly brown with like a little bit of red in it that comes from the coarse dirt and the granite. I really wanted the leaves and the branches to kind of overhang the path that I'm walking, especially when the sun's at a certain angle. I kind of want the shadow to overhang. but because the path is so big, these two are right on the edge, right? Like they're here and here. They don't necessarily overhang too much, so I might have to figure out a way to kind of get that feel of like a canopy of these leaves hanging over the pathway. But because of the nature of this pathway being big, that probably won't happen a whole lot. But maybe inside of the forest itself, I'll probably get that to go a little bit more, because around here, I'm just going to add a ton of different types of trees. I'm just going to throw a ton of the different variants into the surrounding area. And then we'll kind of go through and add like rocks and bushes and probably change up some of the grass, especially around the trees, to maybe be a podzol look, because it has kind of that pine needle, dead leaf kind of look to it. And then we'll just kind of edit the terrain around it. But this is a good start, and it kind of showcases the trees individually before they kind of just all blend together and you can't really tell the difference between them. So now I'm going to just get to work on building the forest around here up, and I'll probably add a little bit on this side, but probably not too much since I don't even have a path over there yet. I'm going to focus on the side with the path, and then we'll add trees along this way eventually, but I don't really have a whole lot of materials for that, so we're going to kind of just run through all of the materials I can, and then we will... Oh, hello, guys. And then we'll move on to adding in some of the other texture and details in the background. This turned out a lot better than I expected. Oh boy, I'm so happy. It looks so good. I was trying to wait a little bit longer to give you guys like the nighttime view, because during the night, or like dusk, the dusk view and the morning view they're amazing. So I'll kind of talk a little bit, and then we'll try to waste some time until the night view comes around. I don't even know where to begin. I think it turned out really, really, really good. It's kind of a death trap right now, so I'm keeping an eye out for creepers. But I added a lot more trees. I did manage to get the little canopy effect kind of going on in some places. I think this spot is kind of where it best showcases that. I think the only thing I could do to get more of these, like this little effect, is to add more trees like right on the edge, like I did here. But then I feel like that's just a little too much, so we'll see. Maybe down the road I can add a couple more trees like right here and right there to kind of get that effect like over here. I didn't go very far because I still have to plan out the path, and I think, like I said earlier, I believe I want it to go this way, and I haven't quite decided how I want that to go yet, so I've left this side open. And then I have this entire area that I still have to figure out what to do. It's getting there. It's almost the time when the sun will like shine through the trees, and it's just such a cool effect. It's already starting to do it with the shaders, the shadows. So I went and added a couple more like little boulders here and there. There's a couple different sizes of boulders, and it's just cobblestone and andesite, and it's kind of just to showcase like shadows. So like one side is mostly andesite, but the other side is like cobblestone. Oh, we're getting the shadows. It's happening. Look at this. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Look at this shadow. Oh, and it's just slowly fading through. Oh, it's so good. I just imagine this area with a ton more of these trees. I had to stop myself. I feel like this is a pretty good stopping point. I still want to add a couple more things in the little foresty area. I could keep going forever, so I kind of have to stop myself and decide that this is a good stopping point for this episode. Oh yeah, this is the time. Like, look at this view. Oh, it's so good. The colors look great. The shadows all look great. The colors just blend together. The shadows on the trees. This is probably the most like detail I've gone into in an area. Most of the time, at least on the videos, most of the time I build a building and then I move on to another building, and I leave this building for months to like, I honestly don't think I've gone this in depth in my single player world at all. But now that I know I can, I'll be adding this very soon. Oh, it's pizza. How's it? How do you like it?
It's fantastic. A few
Dude.
trees. I think this big one here. You built, yeah, right on the edge of the road. That helps fill in
Right? Yep.
the eye line. That's crazy. Are you running it with shaders right now?
Oh
Though?
yeah,
'Cause
no, the morning is fantastic.
This is incredible.
This is great with the
Oh,
sun
yeah.
shining through. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Oh,
Oh, your
that's
face
a good
is
shot.
glistening. It's so good.
Oh.
There's still so much I want to add, but I think like I have to stop myself or I'll just keep going in this one area. I have to work on other parts. So
Oh.
this is probably
Wait,
it for now.
I gotta get you like a squirrel or something in armor stance.
Yes.
I don't
Oh
know how
my
to do that.
gosh. If you could do that, that would be amazing. I need life in here. After that visit with Pizza, he came by afterwards and he added this little squirrel guy. Uh, it's a cute little guy. He's sitting down. Got little cocoa beans. He's got a horse head, but it's cute. And from afar, it looks actually really good. You can't even tell. Oh, look, it's a little squirrel. I really do think that they need to add like a living update. No, what's the word? Like a environment update. So just like make the world feel more alive. Add things to the game to make it feel more alive. Because right now it's still kind of dead. And I did want to mention, I know I didn't go over exactly how each of these trees was kind of designed, and I don't know if I'll probably be doing that in the EchoCraft videos as much as I will in my survival world, but I feel like I can go over these kind of quickly. So each one is different, and I use a lot of walls and glass to kind of shape the trunks a little bit, and most of these are meant to kind of be seen briefly. Like you're just walking through, you're not really looking at them, so you'll mostly see them like from about that distance, right? So you'll get up close and they still look good up close, but mainly it's for like distance kind of an aspect. Like you have glass kind of just shining right through to kind of give it just another extra little, like there's something going on there but you can't really tell. And you have like fence gates and trapdoors and little things like that. And a good example of like just fun little things to do is adding walls. There's not a lot of brown walls you can add, so there's like nether brick, which I've used right there, or there's mud, which works really well with this color palette. But you can kind of get like this shape where it comes back in and it goes out and then back in and then out. So just kind of make the logs look a little different. Like from a distance you can see that it just adds like a different shape. It's not just like straight up and down. And the coloring is all meant to be kind of like a gradient type of style, not like anything specific, but just to give it like a little bit of, there's darkness on the ground, and then as you go up, it's a little lighter kind of effect. I don't really know how much more detail I really have time to go into. I don't want this video to be extra long because we've already kind of pushed it pretty far now. But I guess I can also showcase the leaves. So I use a lot of the slabs, kind of give it like this little angled effect here. And then in some places, I don't know if I'd used it on this tree. Yeah, on this tree I use, for this example, I use trapdoors. And what my objective is to basically like all the places where the shadows would be. So like the top of the trees and the top of the branches will probably have the lightest green, and then underneath it'll be a little bit darker. So I'm using like azalea, which is very vibrant, and then birch, which is kind of like a little darker, and then spruce, which should be like the darkest point of the tree. And it looks really good from a distance. Like you can't really notice it, but right here, if this was all green, it would just look too green, right? So the little transition of color there really does add to the build overall. And like I was saying, I kind of had to stop myself. I could keep going. I really want to, and I'll probably be adding more trees along this side, especially to kind of block the view of the sky in the background. It's a start. In fact, I'll probably just be doing this on live streams, because I don't think that if I made another video of this, you guys would get bored. But I think forests are in right now. When I planned this build months ago, forests were kind of like gained some traction, and now it seems like everybody's doing it, so it works out. Me slacking in videos kind of just timed perfectly for all of this to lay out. But yeah, in the future I will be adding something like this to my survival world, especially because now that I have like this experience, I know I can do it. I know I want to add a couple of different types of trees in here, like some birch or oak trees, just to kind of break up the pine tree pine tree-ness. In the other world, I know that I kind of have a pathway I'm already starting to do this kind of thing on. I just need to actually go in and do it. But now I have some good baseline trees to work off of. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There's another video that Pizza put out with me, Sky, Pokey, and Pizza to try and attempt to do the MCCR or apply for it. I hope you guys checked out that video. It was a lot of fun to make. Even if we don't get in, I think we had a pretty good time making it. So I think Pokey actually has a behind the scenes out now. And that was a lot of fun to watch, honestly, to see everything that was actually going into making that video. I think that'll probably be it for this episode. Don't worry, I have more plans for this area. It's not just a forest and a house. I do plan on adding more to this area eventually. Maybe even a waterfall somewhere around here. I have some ideas. Don't worry, there's more to this area than just trees and a house. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.